What's up, everybody? If you've been with my channel for a while, then you know that one of the main characters I like to collect is Harley Quinn. And the reason why is not only do I actually like the character herself, but also in terms of design, in terms of look, Harley Quinn is very flexible, just like Batman, Joker, Spider-Man. Those are some characters that come to mind that you can do a lot of different things with the look of the character, and yet they're still instantly recognizable. So that's something that I always like about, characters when they have that quality about them. So with Harley Quinn, I did start off by focusing on the Funko Pop figures, and then I expanded into other Funko products, including the rock candy figures, mystery minis, things like that. And then I expanded even further beyond that into statues. And statues are still my current focus. That's my main focus now as far as Harley Quinn is concerned. And DC Collectibles, I'm especially a fan of their statues. They do have a series of black and white statues, or you could call them grayscale statues, that feature Harley Quinn. And in the case of Harley Quinn, they also add in the color red because, of course, that is something that is very distinctive with the character. Her original colors are black and red. So I have a couple of these statues already in my collection, especially thanks to a good friend of mine, Kat D. She actually sent me a couple within trays, and even I think at least one as a gift as well. So yeah, I've really become a big fan of these DC Collectible statues. And thanks to Entertainment Earth, I do have a new Harley Quinn statue here that I'm going to do this quick review on. And this particular statue, let me explain this first. Okay, with DC Collectibles, they do allow a lot of different artists to basically, take a crack at the designs of the characters. And sometimes it comes directly from comic books. So in this case, the artist that is focused on here is Philip Tan. So this is Philip Tan's design for Harley Quinn. Okay, and that's something I really do like about DC Collectibles. I like that so many different artists are represented, and that's why you get so many different takes on these characters here. So I think that's something very cool that DC Collectibles does. And I really like the design here for this particular Harley Quinn. Something I noticed about it, even just looking at it in images, is that even though she doesn't actually have the blonde color for her hair, just with the contrasting colors, it almost makes it seem like she actually has the blonde colored in. But yeah, I really like the black, white, and red, the grayscale going on here with the splashes of red where it needs to be on the design. And of course, we will get it out here and take a look at it in just a moment. Before we get to the statue itself, I do want to point out the base here. Of course, this is the standard base for this particular line of statues. And of course, again, it has the red, black, and white going on there. And if you buy one of these and you're curious about where the number is, because these are usually limited in number, then you just look on the bottom of the base. In the case of mine, this is number 215 out of 5,000. Some of the statues have been numbered up to 5,200, as in, the 52, the new 52 from DC. I think it's kind of clever that they do that with some of them. But yeah, this particular one is just limited to 5,000. So in getting the statue out here, you see that she does have a peg on the bottom of just 1 foot. Usually it would be on 2 feet. It really depends on the stance of the particular statue, though. In this case, because one of her feet, her left foot, is actually tilted up some, that's why they don't have the peg there. So it's just 1 peg this time, but it is very sturdy. Once you get this into the stand, it really is good to go. Even if you have it on a stand, like on a shelf, you bump into it, I really don't think you have to worry about it. It is pretty sturdy once you go ahead and put the peg into the stand. It's good to go. Taking a good look at the statue now, right away, I love how the red and black go back and forth and play off of each other, even down to her shoelaces. And she has those little pom-poms on her shoes there as well. She's basically rocking high tops. You see that she has the diamonds on her mallet, which of course is classic Harley Quinn. I noticed with the belt that it's sort of a Western style. It has that star buckle and then the bullets on the belt, which is an interesting take there. She has a choker around her neck as well, which I've seen several times with the character. And this jacket is very cool. You know how it's predominantly red on one side, predominantly black on the other side. Again, very fitting for the character. I think that's a jacket some people would actually like to rock if it were actually made. And something else that is impressive about the character, the statue here, I didn't realize it right away, but there actually is like sculpted in muscles, basically. Like you can see her muscles kind of flexing, like in her thigh and in, her torso, especially her midriff. So, that detail, not even 100% necessary, but it does add a lot of life to this statue. I think that is a very cool touch that they, added in there. The back of this statue. Really not any, great details that stand out except for her hair, I would say. You do get a better view of the hair, especially the way that the color fades, to the black and the red at the end of her hair. But I kind of wish, I will say this, I wish with DC Collectibles that sometimes they would have little Easter eggs maybe on the back of these statues. Like with her jacket, there could have been a logo on the back there, maybe something, a reference to the Joker, like with some of her other figures and statues. But, that's kind of nitpicking because you do really see the front of the statue for the most part. It's just that, it'd be nice to have a little Easter egg sometimes with it. So yeah, overall, really happy with this statue. I think it's a great representation of the character. And I will say as well, with her eyes are almost like anime style. So of course that's not 100% realistic, but I like it though because it represents that comic aspect of the character. So overall, I think this is a very cool statue. I think it's going to fit in great with the other statues and figures that I already have of Harley Quinn. So you see these here. These of course are the black, white, and red ones. I'm really a big fan of those. I like the ones that are just grayscale or black and white as well. But I think the splashes of red, throughout the statues just make them stand out even more. And you could tell that these are by various artists that each had their own unique take on the character. But again, each one is instantly recognizable as Harley Quinn. So I really do enjoy that. Now, one that doesn't have any red going on, but I still want to add to my collection is the one that you see here to the left, all the way to the left. And I'll be honest, at first I wasn't crazy about that design, but it just kept growing on me and growing on me. And I'm like, I'm to the point now where that's the next one that I want to go ahead and add into my collection because I just really like it, especially the expression on her face. She has that very sinister yet still playful look on her face. So I think that is so good of a representation of the character. That's why I really want to get that. And her weapons look especially dangerous as well. She actually has the bat and the mallet, which now she's known for both of those weapons. So I think that is very cool. And she even has a gun on her hip as well. So yeah, that version of Harley Quinn is definitely ready to do battle. In the middle here, you see a very unique take on the character. This looks basically like a zombified Harley Quinn there. And she even has that really twisted looking Joker mug also. So again, something very unique for the character. That's why I really like that design. And then all the way to the right here, this is something unique as well. There's actually a black, white, and red version of the statue, which I didn't know till recently, but I like this one here that has the touch of pink going on throughout the statue. So that is another one I'd like to add to my collection. And then with DC Collectibles, there are some other statues that I definitely want to pick up as they become available. You see this one here, the Batman Who Laughs with the Robins. I think that looks amazing. There are several different Batman Who Laughs statues that are already available, but I really want to get one with the Robins, and I think this one will be more affordable than most of the other ones that are being released by various companies. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, and I think this should release by early next year. And then you also see here to the right Red Death, which looks phenomenal as well. And of course, both of these characters here are from Dark Knight's Metal, which I actually did read that storyline. So yeah, I really like these two particular characters here. And of course, there are more, but these are the main characters that stand out to me, and these are the statues I mainly would like to add to my collection. And then still here focusing on DC Collectibles. Now, I'm not as big on action figures, but every once in a while one does grab my attention. And I think this Prime Batman here to the left, it really looks cool. And he has a lot of great, weapons that comes along with him, the different hand sculpts, even the head sculpts, it looks really cool. So even though I'm not big into, action figures, that is definitely one I could see adding into my collection. And then DC Collectibles has a series coming up. I think it's called Engines of Chaos. And you see the Batman one here to the right. That is really amazing looking. That was revealed, I think, at the New York Toy Fair, if I'm not mistaken. And that really blew me away when I saw it in somebody's video on YouTube. And I was like, yeah, I'd have to spring for that. Even though, again, I think the prices overall with DC Collectibles are very reasonable, and I think they are high quality. So yeah, whenever that, becomes available, that's definitely one I'm keeping my eye open for. I do want to point out as well that I know people are getting hyped up for SDCC, and of course people mainly want to focus on the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, and Entertainment Earth actually has some available right now by various companies, including DC Collectibles being represented in the, with the bottom right there, you see that Batman statue there. But yeah, if you see anything that you are very much interested in, I think you really should go ahead and get your pre-order in. And with Entertainment Earth, you don't have to pay until the item is actually ready to ship out, which is a really good thing. But yeah, definitely go ahead and get your orders in, because I know already the glow-in-the-dark Pickle Rick Funko Pop, that already pre-sold out. So again, don't procrastinate when it comes to the exclusives, especially because, they will be gone eventually. And just in general, take a look at Entertainment Earth, see what they have to offer. I really like shopping with them just because, especially when it comes to statues. If I were to drive to my local comic book shop, which is really not so local, it is kind of a good drive, and then I go and I get a statue, for one thing, it's going to cost more in the long run, because not only the gas to get there, but then also it usually costs more in store than it does online. So that's why I like shopping with Entertainment Earth, especially when it comes to statues. I basically just save money in the long run. And like I said, they don't charge me until it's ready to ship, and then also they do guarantee mint condition. So I've had great experiences with this particular company, and I'm not gonna really shout out any company unless I actually shop with them myself. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed the review. Definitely let me know what you think about the Harley Quinn statue that I showed off in this video. Let me know if there are any statues that you are trying to add to your own collection. I know a lot of people that are probably checking this out are probably mainly Funko Pop collectors. And yes, Entertainment Earth does have a wide selection of Funko Pops as well. But yeah, I really want to hear, though, if there's anything else that you are collecting beyond, Funko Pops. Let me know what else you're into, what else you're trying to add to your collection. Thank you for checking out this video. I really do appreciate that. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. And I look forward to reading your comments, and I'll talk to you all again real soon.